This is Jim Kukrow, founder of the Author Marketing Institute, and you're listening to the Author Marketing Podcast. If you're unfamiliar with the Author Marketing Institute and this podcast, you can learn more by visiting www.authormarketinginstitute.com. We'll get to today's topic shortly, but first, a quick message. Do you have a story to tell? Are you an author with a bestseller just waiting to be discovered? Want to reach millions of readers in over 190 countries? Do you own the digital rights to your work? Then we've got the tool just for you. Kobo Writing Life is the one-stop, do-it-yourself publishing portal. Founded in December 2009, Toronto-based Kobo has quickly become a global leader in e-reading. They offer a world-class platform for the most passionate readers. Their mission is to lead the global transformation in reading by inspiring people to read more and more often, anytime, anyplace, anywhere around the world. Kobo delivers the best digital reading experience to millions of users in 190 countries, offering one of the world's largest catalogs with millions of titles, world-class e-reading devices, and top-ranking apps. So here's an interesting fact. Kobo is just another way of spelling the word book. Think about it. I didn't realize that either at first. Now, I love Kobo as an option for self-publishers for many reasons. First off, its interface and process for uploading books and their analytics is beautiful, and it's very streamlined. You won't find an easier platform to work with. And secondly, Kobo is quickly becoming one of the main alternative sources of income for many indie authors. So if you don't have your books up on Kobo yet, you're going to want to take a few moments and do so now. Head on over to www.kobo.com and get started. Five ways to deal with negative reviews. Getting a one-star review on your book feels like the end of the world. It doesn't matter if you've gotten 50 positive reviews up to that point. The psychology of the human brain makes you want to fully concentrate on the negativity spewed forth by that reviewer. Your instinct may be to report this person who would dare to give your book such a low rating. After all, who would malign your book but someone who meant it personally? These are multiple articles out there about how to get your negative reviews taken off Amazon and other shady practices. If there's something offensive or nonsensical about the review, that's one thing. But if you simply want to take down a review that's lowering your book's average rating, then you should really consider a different strategy altogether. It's much better to cope with the one-star review than it is to whine and cry about it. Here are 5 ways to actually deal with those negative reviews. Number 1, write better books. What if the reviewer was right? What if the review pointed out reasons that your fiction or nonfiction isn't as strong as it should be? That's probably what you're most upset with from looking at this low-rated review. Very few of us are Stephen King or Seth Godin. We have room for constant improvement. Instead of looking at a review as something that can harm you or your brand, you should be looking at it as something to learn from and train you how to become a better author. Examine action steps you can take from these reviews. If a fiction reviewer says that you don't use enough description, then read a book or take a class on improving your description. Does your one-star review say that the method you've described in your nonfiction book can't possibly work? Then you should consider using more testimonials or a case study in your book. Authors improve when they make consistent efforts to get better. One-star reviews are less like lessons from people who matter the most, your readers. Number 2, ask fans for reviews. Now, bad reviews are immensely more painful when you don't have very many ratings on your book to begin with. In these cases, a one-star review can drop your book's rating precipitously. That's why it's so important to build up your fan base so that you can get more reviews on your books. When you have a book with a rating that doesn't reflect the quality of the content, you have a responsibility to up that rating. The more fans you have, the more likely it is that you can honestly get that rating higher. Sometimes fans need a little bit of encouragement. Now, it's against Amazon's terms of service to compensate people for reviews, but there are a few ways you can still incentivize the posting of reviews. Hold a contest on your mailing list in which you agree to give a signed paperback or some other prize to one of the people who sends you a link to their review on Amazon. Make it clear that the review should be honest. Many authors have used this strategy to get a ton of new reviews on their existing or recently launched books. Number 3, get more reviewers. In addition to your fans, it's never a bad idea to have connections with as many reviewers as possible. These are the kind of people who keep their own blog or have their own YouTube channel in which they review as many books as possible. If you can create strong relationship with more and more reviewers, then any isolated negative reviews can be easily trounced by these reviewers' opinions. There are many ways to find reviewers, from random blog searches to Excel spreadsheets of reviewers that make the rounds every so often. But Author Marketing Club's Reviewer Grabber is a great way to gather the contact information of many reviewers at once. An hour of searching could give you hundreds of potential reviewers for your book. There's no telling how they'll like your book, but if you're confident enough about the strength of your work, then this is the best way to get the word out to people who write reviews. Number 4, build up your list. When you have fans and reviewers on your lists, you have an automatic supply of readers who can check out and rate your books as soon as they come out. Therefore, the more people you're able to get onto your email list, the better chance you will have of squelching any negative reviews with a high proportion of positive ones. In fact, all the time you spend complaining about your low reviews could be better spent by working on email autoresponders or reader magnets to get more people onto your email list. Authors like Nick Stevenson have demonstrated their ability to get over 100 reviews in 24 hours simply from emailing their large email lists. If you ever want the chance of doing the same, then you really should put some work into your subscriber gathering. Number 5, move on. Few things feel better than letting something crappy exit your brain and your life. Now, that's easier said than done, but if you can overwhelm your mind with all of the positive things about your books, then the few negative reviews or comments will lose their power. Now, it may take some time, but the best way to deal with negative reviews is to move on. Keep those trolls under the bridge. It's easier than ever before for someone to leave a negative review on one of your books. It hurts, but the pain is temporary. Most people who leave one-star reviews have never created anything in their lives. It's so much easier to be a critic than it is to be a creator. Remember that fact when your next one-star review comes crawling in. Let the trolls continue to slither on their bellies as you work on becoming the best author you can be. And that will conclude today's podcast. To see a transcript of the show and to access other book marketing content, please visit www.authormarketinginstitute.com. You can also learn about our latest events for authors, or get access to our Author Marketing Academy Learning Center. And of course, become a member of the Author Marketing Club, a 25,000 plus author member community. That's www.authormarketinginstitute.com. All right, let's wrap it up for today. I'm Jim Kukral, founder of the Author Marketing Institute, and we'll be back again for another show soon. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to leave us a review in iTunes and share the show with your author friends and communities. We would be grateful for your help in spreading the word. Bye for now.